Good evening. I am back for number 19 today. Goodness, the month is moving on, right? Already the 19th of January. Soon it'll be over. Okay, today the question asks, should we admit failure? It says, failure is something that none of us ever plan for, but it is a part of the human condition. As we go through our life, there are very few people who have never experienced failure. As a matter of fact, some of the most successful people experienced failure several times. I've read quite a few memoirs of people, and when they first started, they were not successful, but they kept going until they reached a success. So that's the question though. As we experience failure, how do we accept it and move on if we're unable to admit it? Hello everyone, good evening. So I'm not suggesting that when we fail, we tell the whole world, just broadcast it out there. No. But I am suggesting though that admitting failure is a necessary tool that we must use if we ever want to be successful again, right? It has a lot to do with the ego, and we need to push it aside sometimes. But it says an admission of failure is a very personal thing, and we really shouldn't tell it to everybody, but maybe the person that we have a good relationship with, and they can help us, they can ease us into it, right? Or help to deal with it better. But it says sometimes it's hard to admit it to people that we love, especially if they're the ones that told us not to do things in the first place, right? They said, oh, it's not going to work. But we go ahead and do it anyway, thinking that we know better, right? Then it's hard to admit failure to those kind of people, right? Even if it's the people that we love. It says, to be wildly successful then at anything requires us to go into a venture with a narrow definition of what success looks like. If we have not defined success before we attempt something, how do we know when it's time to give up on it or try something else? And I think that's something we don't do. We don't consider, what is success going to look like when I get there? It says most people define success as having a dollar amount attached to it. But it's not always a financial reward that defines success. Sometimes it says it's totally unrelated to finance. Right? I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are not rich, but who are successful, who consider themselves successful at what they're doing because of the definition that they gave to success. So it says, therefore, as we work in a business, which may be what you're trying to do, we must be prepared to make a determination as to what success in that particular business will look like for you or me, if that's what we're trying to get into. It says if our success depends on a financial reward, then we need to know exactly what we need to do to achieve that. Otherwise, we are going to fail. We risk failure, right? So if you're in a business, you know what a success is going to look like for you, you know how much money you're supposed to be making in it, then you got to know exactly what to do to get there, right? Otherwise, you may risk failure. Then it says, if on the other hand, success is determined by the impact that we have on the lives of others, we cannot always expect that this success will have a financial reward. So it all depends on what is it that you're looking for? What's the outcome that you're looking for? Are you looking to be financially successful? Then you need to know exactly what you need to do. But if you're looking for just helping others, having an impact, then you're not going to be expecting the financial reward right away, right? No. So it says, is it possible then to actually fail and succeed at the same time? That's a very good question. It says, as you go through your life, ask yourself what the impact is that you have had on the lives of others. Then it says, weigh that impact on the result that you have achieved. It may not be a situation where you can claim a financial victory immediately, but it may also be a situation where you are primed to go forward and accomplish something that will reap a great financial reward later. So it all depends on us, right? What is it that we want? What is it that we expect? To make sure that we don't fail, okay? And even if we do, admit it to ourselves and then move on from there. But if you know exactly what we're looking for, what success is going to mean to us, we're going to know, okay, that's not a success, so I need to do something else. Or, yes, that was successful. I made the money that I wanted to make. Let me keep on. But if you had impact on other people, that might be good enough, and say, okay, I helped a lot of people. That's great. Let me keep on. And eventually, the money may come, even if you weren't looking for it. But you considered yourself a success in the meanwhile anyway. Right? It's a complicated issue, but if you have a thorough understanding of what success really means to us, it'll make it a lot easier. Right? And it says it's like a process of failing forward. Yes, we will fail, but we keep moving. We keep going forward. It's not the end, right? It's only the end if you give up. So we never want to give up. No, that is never an option, to give up. Right? And if we fail, we fail forward. We keep moving. But we define what is success for us, not by what other people say. You, what do you consider success? I thought it was good points to consider. How about you? Was it interesting to you? I hope you learned a little something. Or maybe it's just a question that you want to consider and think about in the future. I hope you do. I hope you have a great evening. I will be back tomorrow. And like I said, tomorrow is the 20th. My goodness. Then we'll only have 10 days left. And they'll go by quickly too, I'm sure. But I'm enjoying myself talking with you every day. And I'm hoping I'm sharing something good with you, because I'm learning as I'm sharing those points as well. Okay, by doing the research, trying to find something good to share with you. So I appreciate you being here to listen. And I hope you appreciate me giving you that information. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we'll talk tomorrow. Bye.